Hello, 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 and welcome. You are in my tarot playlist where we are going to now celebrate our Sagittarians. I have to say I'm a little bit biased because I am a Sagittarian, and so these in the Zodiac wheel are those born during the month of November 22nd through December 21. And so before we move through, let's talk a little bit about these dynamic beings. The Sagittarians are known to be the final fire signs of the zodiac, and unlike any other, I would say, because they are so unique in their dynamic and brazen spirit. One of the things that make the Sagittarians so dynamic, it's their blend of passion, their intense curiosity, and it's not just curiosity, it's like this innocent, childlike curiosity. And when they do know a little bit about anything, it's their amazing passion and their pursuit for wisdom and this expansiveness of pushing through on different levels. So another thing that is amazing about Sagittarians is how they are able to adapt. And when we've seen the Sagittarians, we've seen a half human and a half beast. Wow. And guess what they have in their hand? They have the bow and arrows to do what? To be able to cut through and get to the point at hand. And look at this. I, being a Sagittarian, happen to own one of these babies, my own bow and arrow. Wow, look at these. Archery is a wonderful sport. The one thing about Sagittarians, whether it's a real live bow and arrow or it is just themselves as being the bow and arrow, they are not afraid to explore any terrain looking for the answers that they seek. So one thing that you're going to find out, these are amazing friends to have by your side, because there's never a dull moment when it comes to Sagittarians' quest for knowledge has no bounds whatsoever. And the Sagittarian's nature as being a mutable sign, it is about that adaptability and flexibility. They like to get to the bottom of things. They like to conclude things. If you want someone to finish a project that you, for some unknown reason, feel like it's stuck, get yourself a Sagittarian on board and you watch how immediately they're systematically look at the whole situation, and before you know it, closed out. They are so wired for change. And this nature for the Sagittarians really make them unique. Their perpetual hunger and thirst for knowledge makes them wonderful to have at a party, storytelling, entertaining, and just enjoying life. And the one thing that Sagittarians are notoriously known for is their brutal honesty. And some people can't deal with the truth if it's not being sugar-coated. And that's one thing that Sagittarians are totally oblivious about and just don't understand why people don't get it. And it is important that this is part of the things that they came to learn, how to be more gentle with people's hearts. And this is what sometimes leads to most of our misunderstood Sagittarians. Even though they have all their intentions in the right place, even though they could almost be seen floating on clouds, what they need to work on is carrying a little bit of honey with them to sugarcoat the truth, because some people are just not ready for that. And one thing about Sagittarians is that no matter what anyone's been through with an experience with a Sagittarian that's gone out and shown the truth, because sometimes the truth is fairly hard, but at the end of the day, people want it. It sets them free. And one of the things, you just go along with it, because eventually, guess what? The truth does set people free, and they can't stay mad at the amazing, fun-loving, and optimistic Sagittarian. All right, enough said about that. I know that you're seeing here some of these little stones out here, and these are the players that we're going to bring in to create the vibe and the energy for the Sagittarian celebration here. So we start off with beautiful aventurine. And the thing about aventurine, it is a very beautiful green. You can't deny an aventurine stone when you see it. It is just gorgeous, 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 gorgeous indeed. And as you can imagine, green is associated with abundance and with luck. This is definitely a wonderful stone. If you do work with the healing stones, this is really good for heart chakra, opening up the heart chakra, opening up the prosperity, and increasing perception. So we've got this beautiful energy working here for our Sagittarians. Now we have black tourmaline. This is almost as black as it's going to get. There is another stone out there. It's called jet, and it's black also, but it has a more dull look to it. Even when it's polished, you can't bring out all that shine as much. But here with black tourmaline, this is a protection stone. It repels psychic attacks, blocks negative energy. It's a great grounding stone, bringing you back here to the ground. And additionally, it has the energy to help transform anything that is coming in into its positive nature. So beautiful. Next, we have this beautiful called blue lace agate. And blue lace agate looks so angelic, so beautiful. It almost feels like it could actually float from your hand. And this one is bringing in the vibration of calmness and peace. It helps uplift the vibration and the energy. At the same time, also helps remove any painful energies and memories, bringing that to one balance. So it's interesting how this is coming up with the black tourmaline, because if there is something painful, the black tourmaline is now able to unite with these energies and to help now transform the energy, the painful energy, and help you move forward. And then lastly, we have prasiolite, another beautiful stone. The beige colors and the way that they striate here, and almost looks like some cream candy that you would just really enjoy. I love seeing it, and the way I love how this particular stone feels. I love the natural designs of the polished stone, and it's really smooth and beautiful. So the energies of the vibration of this particular stone, it amplifies the energies. So when you're working with these positive energies, they amplify them. And it also works with two chakras, uniting the heart chakra with the mind chakra. So when you have your intentions and your desires, and you can now move them and shift them to your mind and have it connect to the universal mind and consciousness, you can begin that wonderful manifesting process. So this will amplify any meditation work that you have. So there you have it. Let's get started. I love it. I love it. Okay, so we will go ahead and set the players now and see what do we have in store for our Sagittarians. Hopefully we have enough space here, and let's get started. Happy birthday, Sagittarians, and happy birthday to me. My birthday is coming up on November 28th, and happy birthday to Ariana, my niece. Please do check her channel out. She is an artist. She is a vocalist. Okay, so the first one jumps out. And this will be for the theme of the month, Okay, and the next one is going to be what you need to let go of, Okay, and the third one is going to be what will still remain, that you're still working on. What are you still working on? What's still remaining? And then the third one here is going to be what new energy is showing up? What new energy is showing up? Okay. Okay, we will now look into career and money. Next one is going to be relationship. This one is going to be now what you need to work on. And lastly, the lesson in all of this. All right. Okay, so then in the area of career, we will work with some oracle cards here and lay this one out. Relationship, we will do the same here for the relationship. And another oracle card for What do you need to work on? And your overall card here. Okay, let's take a look. What is the theme? Okay, the theme is action, my Sagittarian. The theme is action. When the Four of Swords shows up, we are dealing now with things of the mind. And so normally we see these swords coming down, this person resting, waiting for a download. Well, guess what? The action now is telling us we need to go up. We have enough to now put things into work. And we have one prime idea that is going to lead us on. So the theme is about getting into action, putting the intuition that's coming in, this divine guidance, these plans and projects that you have, this main thing, and no more sitting on the sidelines, my beautiful Sagittarian. It is time to get up. Get into action. We have this beautiful yellow energy indicating that this is divinely guided. You're being illuminated, and take advantage of this opportunity. You have a lot of things that you're working on, a lot of beautiful energy already in place, and now it is time to move forward. So it's going to be a very, very beautiful and busy month for my Sagittarians. I see that already. All right. Now let's take a look at the things that you need to let go. Okay. Well, you need to let go of seeing everything as money. You know, you need to stop worrying about that. Now, I'm getting now 2 messages, so I'm going to work with this, okay? And I must say this, that if you are interested in a personal reading, please go to my webpage and book a reading with me. And once I get your email, I will get back with you. The thing here that we're looking at here is the other message that I was getting is that there was something that had started and you were still you're still pining over the fact that it wasn't working out. But mostly there's the other collective message that I'm getting here is the idea that thinking that, you know, everything has to be related to money. Everything has to be with money at the end. And that is now the time for you to stop that thinking. That is not the way that the universe really works. There is an exchange, but it is the exchange of energy. Money is just the tangible product of it. But when you see that as giving yourself 100% into whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's cleaning toilets or changing oil, this is all about you just giving the best of you. So you got to let go of the idea that you need money for everything. Think about what you give. You're giving energy. You're giving of yourself. And so when you start thinking in those higher levels, this will never be a problem ever again. You will have an abundance gate opening and truckloads of it coming into your life. So let's see what it is also part of this hindering idea that you've got to let go. See? This is you sabotaging yourself. This is you stopping your own dreams because the universe wants to give everything to you. But you're so fixed on these old ways of thinking. And if you want new things in your life, you've got to try to do things in a new way. Remember that saying that they say, if you want a new outcome, you've got to try something new. You can't expect doing the same thing and get new results. That's the bottom line. Okay, let's take a look at now this situation here, which is what is currently remaining. What is currently remaining in your life? Well, guess what? You have removed all the obstacles. No more stinking thinking. So it looks like this situation here, you have come to terms with that. It's just here. This is confirming that you've already understood this part. And now you are realizing that you create your reality by what? By the way you think. So now you're stepping into this new way, this new life, this new thinking, realizing that if you don't declutter your mind, you're going to continue, as you can see here in the 9 of Swords, suffering, pain, worrying about things that are not ever going to come to pass. But they are being really present and alive. Why? Because you are keeping it alive. You are continuing the story in your mind. But the minute that you just say, why am I wasting my time thinking about this that is in the past? That's where you have the breakthrough. And that's where you're going to continue seeing more and more breakthroughs for yourself as you continue to embrace the idea that your thoughts create your reality. And guess what? Remember we talked about the money? Once you let it go, all of a sudden you've got so much money, you just don't know exactly what to do. Do I put it over here? Do I put it over there? So much stuff. It's like you're now beginning to juggle all that money and finances and resources that is coming to you. So this is a great place to be when you see the abundance, the beauty all around you. And it's not just much in the big things, but it's in the small things, and more are coming through because you are becoming more passionately aware of how beautiful life is. So this is definitely a beautiful message to continue realizing that you are co-creator in your story of the life called you. Okay, let's take a look at the new energy that is coming in. The new energy that is coming in. So let's go like this. New energy. The new energy is no more struggling, no more fights. This stuff here, where we look at the 5. So when we see here the 5 of Swords, here you could see that there's jealousy, there's deceit, there's manipulations. Well, guess what? That's gone. The future is bright. You're going to have an amazing month, Sagittarian. You're going to have a month of just amazing energy, amazing unopposition. Nothing is in your way because you're beginning to realize that it's in the thoughts. You're seeing that it is true. Cause and effect. It is you becoming aware that there is a natural law in place. Effects in your life are the byproduct of the causes. Causes start with a thought. And so here you are realizing this. And this month, it's about you making sure that these thoughts are pure and of the highest nature. And this is influenced by the Chariot. Another beautiful, you have 2 beautiful major arcanas. One as the sun, represented by the number 19, and that one coming out, telling you that that's something that you've needed to work on. As you continue working on it, then you get this one here, the lucky 7. Where did we say there was lucky 7? Lucky 7 was here with the aventurine. Remember that? So there you go. And here it's you being able to wield things, knowing that it is through the thoughts that these things are being wielded. So very beautiful card as you look at the Chariot coming along to tell you that this new energy is coming in. You are being empowered from the divine to move forward in so many different ways, to work through the element of the mind. And I love the star showing here, the 8-point star, that divinity sign, and then having that lucky number 7, as you're moving forward with the energy of an arcana card, which is the areas of the occult, divine occult information. And you're beginning to open up to that. And that is lovely, lovely. Okay, another little energy there. You saw that little energy flicker? Okay, let's move on to finance and money and career. So what do we have here? The Judgment card. Let's look at it this way. And we see this as the number 20. And we see these people coming out of the tombs and being heralded out of those old ways. And so in the career, and with money, it's kind of reminding you that you need to slow down from your busy life. You need to now understand that when you do the work, there's a moment that you need to create a pause. In that pause, you allow God's blessing, the universal blessing, to do the work that you already conspired with this universal energy to work. You did your part. Now you've got to let go. You can't keep, at it. You've got to let go and trust that this divine energy is bringing this abundance to you. So that's one thing that's important showing up in the area of money and career. It really is a message reminding you that if you've done your work, you've got to trust that the universe now will do theirs. Slow down. But also at the same time could also mean that there might be a break, there might be a change of career, something with the money also. Because we see the number 2, there might be some issues about money and balance and accounts. So very important for you to pay attention to that. So there's 2 aspects to this reading. One from the point of work itself and overdoing things. And then the other one in the same that it could be that there might be a change in your career, a job, your business partnerships. Interesting about that. Okay, and what's the matter at hand here? Okay, so interesting that these 2 are both upside down. So let's take a look at what this message is with these beautiful baubles. extra money, mature, investment, celebration, retail, beauty, finish work, and retirement. So isn't that interesting where I said that something might be, finishing? So this might be also that, some of you may be a collective groove of retiring or taking a sabbatical to probably start something new, but now you can't afford to make that break. At the same time, because of that situation, make sure that you're assessing your finances so that you can balance things out, as it was shown here in the number 2. And this particular card talked about extra money. So you want to make sure that the money that you do have takes you through the decisions and the career path that you're making. Okay, let's take a look at relationship. The number 2 again. Now this wasn't as a 20, it came in with the High Priestess. Interesting. So we see here the High Priestess. She's got, a lot of energy here. We see a lot of spirituality. We see the blue here associated with communication, with the throat chakra. We see the different shapes of the moon, 2 on her crown with the crescent moons, the full moon, and we also see the crescent at her feet. She's got this book of wisdom and the cross on her chest. We see this incredible divine intuition, this bonding and connected with source. And the only thing is that we received her upside down, Sagittarian. So what could this possibly mean? Maybe you're finding it a little bit difficult to, listen to your intuition. Maybe you've been caught up, with some of this material earth plane, and there might be something that is kind of distracting you. And there could be also that others and situations around you may have caused you to be distracted. The confusion, there's some confusion, there's some issues outside of you. And remember that if that is the case, Sagittarian, it only means that there's confusion within you. So it is time for you to kind of chill back a little bit, allow the light to shine through, and allow your authentic inner self to come through. Okay, so when it comes to love, it could mean that you are ignoring your intuition about how to move forward with this relationship. And it could mean that you are hiding your true self with your mate, with your lover, with your significant other. By not being your true authentic self, one of the issues that you have here is that relationship is already on rocky ground. It won't be able to last. You won't be able to last. But when you are your authentic self right from the beginning, how beautiful is that? Nothing to hide. Everything's there. We are all a work in progress. So let's see how this is going to work out. I mean, we see this beautiful couple here. We see all the hearts around them. We see them embraced. But what does the message hold for our Sagittarian? When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. So why sit there and be nothing but your true authentic self? There is no right and wrong. All right? Well, let's leave it like that because I kind of really like it like that. Okay, let's take a look at what you need to work on in the next month. Your timing. Man, you have one, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcanas. And when we talk about the 5, let's just talk about that coincidence. And there's no coincidence, that's what I've learned. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That number 5 indicates change. There is going to be a lot of change happening here. The universe is bringing in these opportunities for you to step in and work through some of the issues that you have inside. So what we see here is that maybe you've kind of felt that, something's off. What is going on? And when we see some of the things that you out of nature kind of are saying, these things are things I can't control. But when you stop and try to connect with your intuition, what you're going to realize is that all of this is an illusion. God, universe, whichever language you want to use, understand that all of this is an illusion, a projection, so that you can begin to pick what areas of your life you can evolve. What are the virtues you'd like to cultivate? How would you like to take your being to the next level? Or are you happy where you're at? Is that the case? By what I see here, it doesn't seem so. And one thing that is very important, Sagittarian, that you do not take blame for these things. You just be the observer, be the witness, and do your part in growing forward. And we can learn to forgive. We need to learn also to move on and move forward. And guess what? Eventually, you're going to be able to push through and start that new cycle. But definitely the number 5 is what is here and asking you to get ready for change. So let's see which of the nature's energy will be working with you. I thought it would be appropriate, since your dual nature of being part human and part beast. I thought that this deck would be perfect. Ah, the platypus. Stop complaining and focus your attention on the blessings in your life, because the blessings are there. These are external factors that are just there for you to witness, to ask, and you ask yourself, what of this do I not want in my life, and how can I improve? That is all. And watch. And the minute that you accept that as a reflection and you reflect on what you want to do to grow, watch it all disappear, because your attention on the blessings in your life is what is important. Wow, wow, wow. I am like, ooh. I am enjoying this message for all of us Sagittarians. Woo, I'm going to have to replay this back later. Okay, and what is the lesson? Stop pushing. Stop pushing. Stop complaining. When you've done the job here, let God do the work. You just want to go, not only do your part, but you also want to do God's work. And you want to judge and complain. Oops, here's Platypus saying that there's no complaining. This is part of a great lesson to learn. Slow down. When you've done the work, and you know when you've done the work, you need to back off a little bit. God will incite you into action again. But it's time. The lesson is here. Know when to stop pushing. And what is your angel universal message? It is all in divine timing. And remember the archer? Remember I showed you my bow and arrow? How perfect is this message, my loving Sagittarian? This is perfect for us. We are part archers, and trust in God's divine timing. Well, there you have it. I am so excited with this message. I'm actually getting goosebumps. Well, my darlings, happy, happy birthday. From my heart to your heart. Blessings of bounty, of beauty, of just eternal wisdom, and God's showering grace upon you and your loved ones. Happy birthday and be blessed.